The morning show's over, but they're still talking.
This right here, this rambling, boring conversation containing already made before observations, this could be a podcast.
It's Liz and Scotty's Poddy.
Happy New Year, Liz.
Happy New Year, Scotty.
How long can you go and still say Happy New Year? That's always a question.
At least the first week, right?
Yeah, I think we're still in the safe zone.
Okay.
I always think, too, it kind of depends on, even if it's after the safe zone, if you see somebody for the first time in the year, then it's still okay to say Happy New Year.
Okay.
But, you know, if it's February and you're still throwing out the Happy New Year's, it's time to move on.
Probably.
Time to move on. We appreciate you finding Liz and Scotty's Poddy, however you have found it. And a fun one today. We always tell you we try to share some interviews with you sometimes. We use those as Liz and Scotty's Poddy. And an exciting one today because we are going to visit with Sophie Cunningham, who some of you know, little Sophie Cunningham, who she and her sister Lindsay grew up here in Columbia and played basketball for Rockbridge High School. And some of you might remember them as basketball players for the University of Missouri. And some of you may know Sophie as a player in the WNBA now and doing a great job for the Phoenix Mercury. But Sophie is here today to talk about this weekend's Sophie Cunningham Classic.
Yeah, it was kind of cool because last year, Sophie and Lindsay came into the studio for their very first Sophie Cunningham Classic, and it was just interesting to watch like what they were excited for, what they were looking forward to. And now, after talking with Sophie for the second time, she's like, we've made improvements.
Yeah, it was very obvious from the beginning that they wanted this to be something not just for 1 year, but something that grows and gets bigger and becomes a major basketball event. And I think it's well on its way. I mean, there's so much community support. And, of course, Sophie and Lindsay are great and just being the faces of it. And they'll be the first to tell you there's a lot of people working on this thing. But Sophie and Lindsay, who are two of the best ambassadors that Columbia and Mid-Missouri has ever had, to be the ones kind of pushing this. It's really exciting to watch. So it was good to talk to Sophie about year number 2, and she gave us a call.
Hello, this is Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie Cunningham of the Sophie Cunningham Classic.
How are you guys?
We're good. How are you doing?
Oh, I thought I was going to be in studio with you guys, but I guess I come to Columbia and I get stuck at my parents' house because I don't have a car anymore out here. So, I'm doing good, though. How are you all?
We're good.
We're good. We appreciate you taking the time, getting ready for a busy week. Surely somebody's going to come give you a ride. You know you got a tournament to put on, right?
I know. I might need one of the school buses to come pick me up or something. But, no, I'm super excited for this weekend. We've been working hard to make it bigger and better than last year, and that's exactly what we did. So I'm super excited that it's finally here.
I was thinking that this morning when we knew we were going to visit with you, and I know last year it was kind of exciting. We were talking about it, and you had these plans and these dreams for what it could become. What are some of the things that you've done this year over last year? Like, I don't know if you want to call them improvements, but maybe how's it grown a little bit just since last year in its first year?
Man, definitely improvements. We are not scared of those big words because last year was definitely a learning curve, and I think this year will be too, just because it's the second season that we're putting it on. But, we just made sure that we gave a platform, an elite platform for these girls to play on, and we wanted to make sure we took care of them outside the court and gave them the proper gear, the proper recognition. And after last year, our first year, we had over 500 teams reach out across the country, all wanting to be a part of it already.
Wow.
Which is kind of insane to think about. Everyone's like, oh, are you nervous? It's your face. I'm like, if people only knew how big of a dork I really was, maybe they wouldn't want to be a part of this as much. But no, there's going to be more people in the stands this year, a lot more Mizzou alumni athletes, because we're there to mentor these girls. And there's only 2 of me and Lindsay. We do the best we can, but we want to make sure that they're properly taken care of. So there's going to be a lot of cool people in the stands. But I don't know. I think that we have 25 out of the top 100 ranked ESPN girls who are going to be at this classic this year. And so the competition is definitely going to be high up.
What did you love from last year, Sophie, that you're really looking forward to this year?
Oh my gosh, just how fun the girls were. We just had a blast. It was a really long day, so we were pretty pooped after. But just the amount of girls that were asking for advice, coming up and taking pictures and getting autographs. So it was really the interaction that we had with all these girls. The games were awesome. The fans were great. But for me and Lynn, we just had so much fun getting to know these athletes and seeing what they needed from us to help them get where they want to go.
And you told us last year when you were getting started, one of the things that you really wanted was because you guys were local girls and you had to go other places to play other national teams, but that was what you wanted to build, was having local teams as well as teams from coming in. So what are some of the local teams that are going to be involved? And then maybe tell us a couple of places they're coming from to be involved.
Absolutely. We still have our powerhouses like Rockbridge, and we have Hickman, who are both doing pretty good this year so far this season. And then we have teams from Tennessee, Oklahoma, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas. And all these teams are either defending state champs. They have ranked girls on their team. There's something special about all these teams. And so we are definitely trying to keep people in the Midwest. Again, we had over 500 teams across the nation, not even the Midwest, who want to be a part of this. But I really do want to try to keep this as Midwest as possible. We had Shaquille O'Neal's daughter's team wanting to be a part of it. So maybe we'll start getting, I know it's kind of crazy. We'll might have other teams come in to play these powerhouse teams here in a local community. But we're also pairing up with Bud's Barbecue. We're pairing up with Log Boat. Like we are trying to get people here in the Columbia community just to see how awesome it is. And Lindsay and I are so blessed to grow up here. We get to meet awesome people like you all. And so just to have these teams come in to where we grew up and see how special it is, that's the most fun part about it as well.
I know something else you were talking about last year when you talk about building it. It takes sponsorships and money and that sort of thing. And just kind of looking at some of your materials, I can see you've had a bunch of people jump on board. And I know people that make something like this to make it happen, number one, but to make it grow even more important. So just a lot of community partners, and that's just great to see too.
Oh, Scotty, I just cannot believe everyone who wants to be a part of this. Like, I'm kind of blown away by it. We have about a solid 7 people on our staff who are just absolutely killing it. And honestly, they deserve all the credit because I get stuck out in Phoenix playing in the WNBA while they're working behind the scenes. But just our local community and the support that they have shown, the Cunningham family, we are just so blessed to be able to represent Mid-Mo and Missouri as a whole. And so it's just a huge shout out and a big thank you to everyone involved.
And it goes through Sunday, and tickets are still available, right?
Absolutely. You can come and pay at the door, or you can go online to the SophieCunninghamClassic.com/tickets. And there's anything available. And if there's something on there you don't like, just go ahead and call me and I can get you hooked up. So whatever y'all need, let me know. And that's for everyone. But we are so excited to get these stands filled for these girls who are playing at a high level.
Okay. And they can keep up with it too. You're on all the socials too. Just search for Sophie Cunningham Classic, and it's pretty easy to find it that way too.
Absolutely. We're absolutely everywhere so far. Like I said, it's our second year, so we're still learning. We're still trying to grow, but we are trying to make it accessible as much as possible for all age groups.
All right. Sounds good. Your mom and dad doing good?
Oh, yes. They say hello. I need to call them because I have an appointment I need to get to and I need a ride. So when I call them, I'll let them know that you guys say hi.
Sophie, do I need to come get you? I don't have a lot going on today. I can be your Uber if you need it.
Yeah, I'll give you the address in a second.
Okay.
Sophie, and congratulations on almost becoming an aunt.
Oh, my gosh. Big shout out to Lindsay. She's pregnant. Oh, my gosh. She's a little baby girl named Noah is going to be here in 2.5 months. So that girl's already spoiled rotten, let me tell you.
It's been fun to watch you guys on social media because it's one of those where it looks like you're as excited as she is. So it's just fun to keep up with that too.
Oh my gosh, I know. I need a WNBA team in Kansas City so I can be closer to the family, especially with little grandbabies coming. So you'll see me around more, but No, Lynn's is super excited. She's been trying to be a mother to me since, I'd say, high school. So she's going to be really good for baby Noah.
That's great. All right. Well, again, all the social media games going on, they start tomorrow, and it's just 3 days of great basketball action. But good luck. I know it's going to be a busy weekend. We appreciate you taking time to talk about it. And if you need anything else, you just holler and let us know, okay?
Thank you, guys. Y'all are our favorites. Y'all have a good one.
So there it is. Norm Stewart presents the Sophie Cunningham Classic, which is going on this weekend. Find out more at sophiecunningham.classic.org. Again, all of the social media, they'll be sharing stuff throughout the weekend. Just an exciting weekend for the basketball players, for the Cunninghams, but also for the community. And if you can get involved, we would encourage you to do so. And we appreciate you taking the time to search out and find Liz and Scotty's Poddy.
If you just so happen to stumble upon this, we would love for you to listen to more of our stuff. It's really simple to find. Just search for Clear 99 on demand wherever you get your podcast, whether that be Spotify, Google, Apple, you name it. We're on those platforms. You can also download the Clear 99 app for free, and you can get it there, or just head to clear99.com.
Today's Best Country, Clear 99, and reason number 147 that I love Liz. Unprompted. Just a minute ago, Liz said, man, both of those semifinal college football games were good, weren't they? And I thought, God dang. Liz was the one who brought up football today and not me. And I was just like, that's my girl.
They were both really good.
Man, great game.
Like tight games for a really long time.
Do you have a rooting interest in this one?
I think I'm going to go with Michigan. They need to get their special teams figured out too, apparently.
Look at my girl. Look at my girl talking special teams.